Beginner's Tool Guide, Powersports. First item is a combination 1/4-inch impact and drill with a charger. The drill is useful for general drilling activities, and the impact driver is useful for uncrating, assembling units, and general impact tasks. The impact driver is probably my second most used tool. Next up are some bits and adapters for those drills and impact driver. The 5/16 roofing bit is quite important for uncrating, especially if you're working on BRP products. They like to use a lot of roofing screws in their crates. Next up is we have a general socket set. It's useful for all your shop activities. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. I would recommend the 350-piece Mastercraft set. I've had mine for about 10 years and it's held up well. You'll need a set of pliers. Again, doesn't have to be anything expensive. And a set of side cutters. They're useful for cutting zip ties, cutting cotter pins, pulling cotter pins, doing all sorts of things in the shop. You'll find a lot of use out of a set of good side cutters. Next up is a pry tool or push start puller. I like my Snap-on one. I find it works way better than anything you'd get at, say, Princess Auto or even Canadian Tire. You'll also need a utility knife. I recommend an Olfa. The dollar store ones just don't hold up. You'll find that useful from opening boxes to cutting plastics. They're a really widely used tool in our industry. You'll need a big fucking hammer. It's also useful for taking apart crates. And if you're weaker like me, you don't have to swing it very hard to do a lot of work. To go with the big hammer, you'll need a little hammer, because sometimes jobs just aren't that big. Wrench set, starting as small as you can, going up to about 24 mil, or about 1 inch. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I just have a Mastercraft set. A pick set, again, doesn't have to be Snap-on. The Mastercraft ones snap just as easy as the Snap-on ones do. Set of screwdrivers, one like what I have pictured will do ya. There will be some jobs that you need specialty screwdrivers for, but buy those as you need them. Often overlooked tool, an alignment punch, because I don't have 8 arms. Digital tire inflator. You'll find that in Powersports, the mechanical gauge style often doesn't go low enough for the pressures that our tires are set at. A 1/2-inch stubby impact, because being able to stick it in tight places is worth more than having all the power in the world. A good set of hex bits and Torx bits, including e-Torx. They don't have to be the best quality in the world. When the bit snaps off, you can replace it with a tool truck one. A set of wire strippers and crimpers. I really like these Snap-on ones because the crimper head is at the front of the plier, so you don't have to stick your plier handle all the way around the wire you're trying to crimp. They're also very sharp, and the wire gauge size on them is very accurate. Set of strikeable pry bars. They don't have to be anything fancy. You'll find endless uses for them in the shop. A tape measure for measuring things. Useful when installing accessories, and I use it a lot when I'm setting up Sea-Doo trailers. A Teflon one is preferred, that way it's less likely to cut you, and it should be marked in inches and in metric units, because some accessories and some manufacturers don't supply measurements in both units. It's easier to use the measurement they give you than convert the measurement. A set of punches and chisels. I use the chisels a lot when I'm cutting off rivets. A soft face hammer. Sometimes you have to hit things that you don't want to scratch. Spring puller for pulling springs. These are used a lot on snowmobile exhausts. Toolbox to put all your crap in. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Remember, it's not paying the bills, you are. Starting out as a mechanic doesn't have to cost you a fortune. This list isn't conclusive. It's just what I found very useful when I was starting out. There are probably some odds and ends that I missed, but most power sports shops pay by the hour, and a lot of the technicians work as a team. So it's not unfeasible to ask to borrow specialty tools or expensive tools when you're starting out. Just remember to ask first, take care of the tool, and put it back when you're done. Thanks for watching.